Alright, y'all, just gonna be a quick video here. Uh, I'm really bad about remembering to make videos. Like earlier. Anyway, we're over here on Saturday, trying to get ahead, got another big rain and possible sleet and stuff coming in tomorrow. So try and get a little ahead. And, of course, nothing ever goes as planned. Cranked the skidder up this morning, and it run good for a few minutes and cut off. Then it wouldn't crank back. And we found the problem the other day. Diesel fuel gives me a headache. Found the problem the other day. We bust a hydraulic hose on Thursday, and when we found that hose, is a fuel line that runs through there. It's a hydraulic hose, just like they are. And we moved it out of the way to get the hydraulic line in there. And you pick it up and crimp it, fuel would run out. So I knew the line was busted. But you know how we are here in the woods. As long as it's running, go for it. Try to make another load or two, get through the day and worry about it later. Well, the only problem about later is sooner it shows up. And I was late getting here today anyway, because I had problems at the house I had to take care of, which we still got to get taken care of. When we woke up this morning, we smelt a burning smell and checked around everything. Thought it was the infrared heater we got. It's an old heater anyway, but I don't think that's it. We cut the heat pump off, at the same time and all too, and the smell died down. We went under the house and did all that, the whole 9 yards, and never did find nothing. But then we turned the heat pump back on a little while later, and you could smell it in the vents. So we got some kind of issue there, and I ain't no HVAC person, so we gotta get somebody to take a look at that. But anyway, getting back to the woods, Dad was over here limbing up and stuff, getting ahead, and then I got here, and I'm gonna try to finish out the load we didn't get yesterday, and get me a load of logs to go home, because we got a good little stack of logs in the pile over there. But like I said, getting back to it, when the skidder wouldn't crank back, I knew exactly what it was, because that line was leaking, and you know, if it's leaking, then it's sucking air, and she ain't gonna run like that. But we're over here now in Hurt, cutting, and just 5-10 minutes down the road here in the little town, Alta Vista, they've got Napa and O'Reilly's and all that good stuff. And Napa closed at 12 on Saturdays, and the O'Reilly's said, we don't make hydraulic hoses here, so that means I had to go all the way to Brook. Well, my mom was over here too. She went to Brookneal to get the hose for us, and then I went out there and cut for a while, get ahead that way, and finally got back over here and started putting it back together and stuff. And my dad got an appointment today, so he had to roll on out. So I had to finish putting it on and putting it back together and getting it primed up and cranked and all by myself. And I know a lot of times, the logging videos mainly consist of logging stuff, doing stuff, showing equipment and all that. But I try to do some talking as well, kind of let y'all know what's going on and different things like why we do what we do, why we cut tracks like we do, thinning and clear cutting and why you do one over the other and all that kind of stuff like that. That I guess a lot of people, if you ain't into logging, you don't really know, you don't really understand why. Because a lot of people think that loggers just go out and cut all the trees and destroy the environment. But anyway, so in logging, I grew up in it. I'm a third generation logger. My grandpa on my mama's side was, and my dad went to work with him and stuff, so he was, and now I am. I probably wouldn't be logging if I didn't grow up in it, to be honest with you. It's, not one of those, glorious jobs or famous jobs or anything like that, but it's still jobs that's, got to be and got to be done and all that. But to be logging, to be a logger, you got to be dedicated. This, it's not a job. It's a way of life. It really is. Like I said, if somebody just wants a job, you can go get a 9 to 5, anywhere you want to and be all right. But out here in the woods, it ain't 9 to 5. You gotta make hay while the sun shines. Sometimes you gotta work 6, maybe 7 days a week to catch up or to get ahead for bad weather coming. Bad weeks, all this kind of stuff that you may have. Breakdowns. A lot of times, we just got a small, small time crew here, so we don't have a ton of equipment. We've got one. We got 2 cutters. We got one pretty decent one. Then we got one, uh, old one that'll get you by in a pinch. It's slow and everything, but you can't get by with it. But we only got one skidder and one loader, so when something happens to one of them, it puts you down. Like the other day, when that hydraulic hose bust, and that put us out of commission for about 2 hours to get that done, taken care of. And then here today, same thing with that fuel line. If we had 2 skidders, it wouldn't be no big deal. You got time to set it to the side and work on it later, or whatever you need to do like that. Or when you got everybody here, then you got one skidder still going and pulling and making money. If the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. But I enjoy logging because I grew up in it. But if I didn't enjoy it, I definitely wouldn't be out here doing it. I'd find me something better. So to be out here logging, you got to be dedicated. It's got to be a lifestyle and something you're committed to. And that's one thing for like me or us or whatever you want to call it out here doing the work. But it's the family's got to be included in on it too, because sometimes it can be a rough life to be a family of a logger with the hours and uncertainty and weather and breakdowns and everything like that I just talked about. Also, we try to be as safe as possible. We try to do everything with equipment as much as possible versus being out on the ground cutting down with a saw and stuff and everything. But at the end of the day, logging is a dangerous job. It's been the most dangerous job in the United States for a long time. If you don't believe me, you can just Google it and it'll pop right up. And and like I said, it's a lifestyle. It's, when you leave home, it ain't no guarantee that you're going to make it back home. There's a whole lot of ones that didn't, and I've seen on here is if you watch Wrangler Star, he shared another guy's video a couple weeks ago, and I know that guy's channel too. I'm subscribed to him, but I can't remember right now. I think it's Guilty of Tree Sun is what it's called. But anyway, a guy he knew and worked with and everything like that was an experienced cutter, and went out on the job. Uh, you know, Not particularly logging, but uh, I think he done a lot of storm cleanup. Taking trees down and climbing them, and the whole 9 yards like that. And he had storm cleanup he was going to do and cut a tree, and it was just a broke thing up in the top that nobody seen, and it come down on him, and after it did, it was too late. But you hate to hear stuff like that, but it does happen. We had a local guy here too a couple years ago now, and he's in his 60s and stuff. He's been cutting wood for a long time. He definitely knows what he's doing, but he cut down one tree. He said he knew he shouldn't cut it when he cut it. Another thing being out here in these woods like that, sometimes you just get intuition. You get a feeling. And he said he knew he shouldn't cut the tree, but he did it anyway. And it got on him and broke his leg up real bad. And it took him, I think, about 2-3 years before he could even walk again, much less drive a truck or anything like that in the woods. So it is a dangerous job, but it's also a rewarding job if that's what you're into. But anyway, I reckon I'm going to hang it up and get over here and pull some trees up. That's about all I got for this one.